Well, hello! Once again, you have found a Texas Steampunk Connection, broadcasting to you throughout the multiverse Steamverse from our various bunkers and airships. With me, as always, is Thax, Gentleman Adventurer.
Hello, hello.
With me is Jack from Steam Chest.
Hello.
And we have with us today, Master Blue Stocking from Steampunk Dollhouse Podcast. So once again, we are here to talk, probably about steampunk, most likely, because that's what this is about. Thank you for listening to the Texas Steampunk Connection.
All right. We're back with the Texas Steampunk Connection for the second week of June. And it's hot. It's hot outside.
Sucks. Oh God, it's awful. It's so bad.
Yeah. What else?
Yeah.
It is International Steampunk Day.
Yes, I was gonna say it. You beat me to it. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, it is International Steampunk Day.
Yay!
Yay!
And do you know what makes it International Steampunk Day?
Because somebody said it was International Steampunk Day.
Yep. Somebody threw a steampunk party and posted it on Facebook and decided that was the day. And that's all it takes.
I mean, yeah. You know, if you want to make a holiday, go for it.
What's up?
Hey, Kitty.
Welcome.
I had to very quickly shuffle a cat into a room so that you're not hearing her yowling like crazy.
Aww.
Oh no, the cone of shame.
Cone of shame.
We have the cone of shame, yes.
Poor thing. But still trying to get the licks in.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
So this weekend, somehow late in the night, Sunny got her eye poked by something in the house, in the backyard, another dog's tail. I don't know. But when we woke up in the morning, she was squinting and really low energy, which suggests she was in pain. And we took her to the vet, desperate to get an appointment on a Sunday. Banfield came through. We got her in, and she had a scratch on her cornea. So she's in the cone of shame, and we've got her medicine, and she's getting much better. Much better.
Good.
That's good.
For those who just tuned in, you'll notice Jack is not here tonight. He was feeling sick, probably because of the Sahara dust blowing in. Everybody is saying it feels like something just blew in on the wind, and we all feel terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's what it is. He's already caught everything else, so. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, it keeps happening. It's baffling to me that the Sahara dust is attacking Texas.
It happens every few years, doesn't it?
Yeah, it starts to come up. It's either the Saharan dust or the smoke from the wildfires in California, but it always ends up in Texas.
Yeah, just trying to go to my workshop was absolutely bonkers because it's just haze everywhere. And crazy amounts of wind. Trying to open up a door while I'm holding a box was very, very frustrating.
Yeah, the wind was bananas today. Yeah.
Yeah, and looking over the city skylights, everything is hazy and brown and good times. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all of us. I mean, I'm all the way up here in Denton, and we've got it too. So yeah, our cars are just covered in a fine yellow coating now. It's awesome.
So from pollinating a few months back, and now we get Sahara.
It never ends.
Never.
Kitty, congratulations on completing your spring season.
Thank you. I think I finally recovered from heat stroke last week.
Oh no.
Well, not heat stroke, heat exhaustion. I didn't quite get to stroke level. That was a different festival a few years ago.
Oh no.
Thankfully, Jason's Deli was really amazing at that time and let us sit there for 4 hours. Shout out to whoever was working at Jason's Deli, however many years ago that was.
Well, good.
And it's a full moon tonight.
It is a full moon tonight. Yep. Yes, it is. and the heat is just going to build. I actually looked at the forecast for New Orleans next week, and it's still not great, but it's actually going to be better than it is going to be here. So
Really?
yeah, it's going to be. Well, I mean, it's humid. I know it's going to suck, but still, we're not climbing over hundreds there. So
the humidity makes all the difference. You're going to find.
Yeah.
That's what I found the one time I went to New Orleans in June. It was soupy.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how humid it can get up here, though. I mean, we've had some, for being so far north, we get, yeah.
I'm not suggesting you don't know what humidity is. But New Orleans humidity is just, oh my God.
Yeah. No, I read the warning.
One of these times that I went up to Amarillo, I hadn't been there in so long. And it was one of those really hot 98-degree days. And I'm just like, this is really pleasant. Oh my gosh, it's dry.
Yeah.
Everyone else around me is just like, oh my gosh, it's so hot. It's miserable. It's sticky. It's gross. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is like, I'm just like opening up the oven.
Yeah. No, that's the one thing I miss about Pennsylvania is the summers. They were much, much easier to deal. They're all walking around in 89 degrees. It gets so hot. Like, no, it's not. This is perfect. I love this. But then you get winter and 8 feet of snow. So
I prefer 8 feet of snow over a thin layer of ice.
Not every single day when you've got to drive through it to work.
That's fair.
Yeah, and shovel and because there are no snow days unless the state declares an emergency. There are no snow days. You still have to go. Doesn't matter how much there is. If the state's open, businesses are open. So you learn to drive in it real quick.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Sonny, go away.
All right, well, Dax, what weird and wonderful beer do you have for us tonight?
Well, I was feeling like desserts, and I've had this before. The Cinnamon Dulce Nitro Stout by Firestone. It's
okay. Interesting.
It's sort of a halfway desserty cinnamon beer.
Is it like super cinnamony or just?
No, just fairly mildly. It's mostly stout. I mean, it's very thick and brown, and
good Lord.
And it has a milk stout scent. And I talked about it the last January, February when it's appropriate to drink stouts. But yeah, can't sit in my refrigerator forever, so that's what I'm having tonight. Nice. What have you got?
I just have Angry Orchard as usual. I need to replenish my supplies, and that's what I always keep on hand. So, you know me, I like to keep it pretty simple. Although when I was at Harvest House today, they have a black currant cider on tap from Locust.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah, and they had a passion fruit last week. That was, yeah. So I like that place. They always have weird ciders on tap. So, yeah.
So black currant, does that have like a raisiny flavor?
Vaguely. It's not super sweet. So it doesn't, knock you over with that. Because some of the ones that I've had are just so sweet that it'll kill you. But it's kind of a drier cider. And it's just got a nice little bit of a sour tang to it. It's very dark. Yeah, like I said, it's from Locust Cider Company. So, yeah, highly recommend. But Locust makes some really good ones. So yeah,
that sounds delicious.
It was really, really good, especially with as hot as it was over there. Yeah, it was just nice to work on that. So,
Kristen, you jumped on.
I jumped on. I have nothing
of the last minutes. So
I have no drink.
Oh no!
If you need to run and get a drink, I mean, we understand.
I will go and get a drink. Give me like 2 minutes and I will be back here with a drink.
Okay. We can hold down the fort.
We're timing you.
Wow, she really did go.
She's moving. Lord.
So while she's gone, you were cloned against your will this week.
I was what?
You were cloned against your will. somebody on
Oh, the
Instagram
Instagram
became
thing? Yeah. I mean, it's better than some of my friends. Like 3 people I know in the last few months have had their IG accounts hacked and hijacked and taken over. But mine wasn't. It was just cloned, which is, I checked last night and that account has already been shut down. I guess everybody that saw it reported it. But apparently I was sending messages to people. So, yeah. Although I will give them props for actually spelling my last name correctly. Nobody ever spells my last name correctly. So they actually spelled it right. They got the A in there. So, what is that?
Is it Cayman Jack?
Cayman Jack, Cuban Mojito.
Ooh.
I found
Bottled
these
mojito.
early this year, I guess, during Ren Fair. And it was just like, oh, mojito in a bottle? Yes, please.
Does it have like mint floating in it, or is it fairly
mint extract?
Extract. Okay, it's a very different thing. But okay,
if I got a little bit of a headache, little bit of pain reliever, little bit of peppermint, we're good.
It's medicinal.
Exactly. However, it doesn't actually have rum.
That's easy to fix.
What's in it then? Is it just the flavor? Is it not alcoholic?
So it is alcoholic, but it is, oh gosh, how is it?
Grain alcohol?
Some type of grain alcohol. If it actually had rum, they wouldn't put it in the beer section.
True. So it's a malt liquor.
Yes, that's the word.
Okay.
I cannot guarantee that my brain is going to produce the right words today.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We only have a very loose plan for tonight, so
Awesome.
Kitty, have you ever been to New Orleans?
Once. And it was 2018. So
Okay.
I made the unfortunate mistake of wearing one of my full-length skirts in the French Quarter. Don't do that. It absorbs everything off the ground.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
no. I'm going to be in
Yeah.
sneakers and shorts, so yeah, no. Because we're
Definitely
doing a
for the
couple of
best. Yeah.
we're doing a couple of tours and stuff. So
Yeah, we
we're
got
doing
to do
Yeah.
a tour and excellent. Yeah.
What
So
kind
thinking-
of what tours did you do?
Did one of the ghost tours that was a walking tour downtown ended up running into the former members of Airship Isabella, and they were like, "Oh, hey, y'all are here. Hey, do you want to come on our bus tour tomorrow?" We're like, sure, yes."
Nice.
So we did that.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, we're doing a walking ghost tour, and then we're also doing the walking jazz tour.
Oh,
So-
nice.
And we're doing a riverboat jazz cruise. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're very excited. Our nights are kind of packed up because the walking ghost tour is from like 8 to 10, I think. So
Yeah.
very excited. Very excited. Gonna go find Anne Rice's house in the First Street, just in the Garden District.
Nice.
When you say the Steamboat Jazz Tour, are you getting on the Steamboat Natchez?
I think that one is down for repair or something, so it's a different one. But yeah, I went through Expedia, and they have all the activities you can do and the time that you're going to be there. And yeah, this is some nighttime riverboat jazz cruise, and it's got food and it's got drinks, and so
That sounds awesome.
yeah, I'm very excited.
The time we went down in June, further back than 2018, I think. We went on the Steamboat Natchez for brunch and to sort of just cruise down the river and back again. It was really cool though to see the steam engine and all the cogs and big old stuff going on. What am I hearing? Okay, so that was going to be one of the things I brought up as the steampunk of New Orleans.
Yeah.
I'm bringing all this up because you are going to New Orleans. You're going to miss the next show.
No, I'm not. I got my dates wrong because I'm going next week. We don't have a show next week.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I got my dates screwed
Okay.
up when I said that. Yeah, so no, we're leaving out on Saturday, and we'll be back Sunday Next, yeah, we're going to be like this. I think it's the 18th through the 26th. We're going to be gone.
26th?
Yeah. So
Oh,
no,
so you're not gonna miss the show.
No, I have my dates mixed up. Like I said, we're leaving out on Saturday and we'll be back. So yeah,
I'm still excited for you because New Orleans is exciting and wonderful and delicious.
With the food part, that's why we have 2 dinner reservations. It's very specific places we wanted to go to, but we're looking forward to just trying all the hidey holes and all the little hole in the wall places. Yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah, we're gonna eat our way through New Orleans.
Oh, you're gonna need more than a week to do that.
Well, we're gonna get a start on it, and my brother and my sister-in-law, that was where they honeymooned, so they go down there, and that was in 2003, so they go a lot for their anniversary. Yeah, because they got married at Halloween, so yeah, so they go down there a lot. So they've got recommendations too. So, and we're staying at the Olivier House Hotel in the carriage house. So very fancy.
Wow.
Super excited. Yeah, we're excited to take road trips now that we have a decent car. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So
okay, so you're hitting the steamboat and seeing all the music, which is awesome. Some of my favorite music that I happened across there was just like skiffle bands playing in the streets.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, that's why we're doing the walking jazz tour as soon as we get there Sunday night. We're gonna drop off stuff at the hotel and then clean ourselves up a little bit, and then 5:00 and it's a tour, and you get to drink as you're walking around in the French Quarter, and they're gonna take you to all different spots. So yeah, nice. And that way we can see restaurants as we go and figure out our rest of the plans for the week. Yeah, that's what we're looking forward to, is all the live music. So yeah, can't wait.
Be careful while you're walking down there and someone comes running at you screaming, and then it's just like, shots!
No, that's what I told Matt. I said, we're going to get rolled on the way back to our hotel the very first night. I just know it.
Well, it's really bad. When it's just like, it seems like they are calling you out because they are genuinely concerned about something for you. And then it's just like, they drag you in there and like, shots.
Great.
Okay, sure, why not? And then it's $20 a piece. And you're like, are you serious?
No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Now our middle-aged selves wandering around New Orleans. Easy mark, probably.
More a daiquiri man myself.
He is a beer man when he drinks, but it is not very often. So I think that's why because the hotel is like literally 0.4 miles from the quarter. So we should be able to just leave the car there and just wander around and find our way back. So
good.
Well, yes, I'm obviously a beer man, but in New Orleans, when there's like a daiquiri bar at every corner, and you can carry your daiquiri from one corner to the next corner, there's no reason why you shouldn't be drinking all the time.
I mean, all of the tours, all of the walking tours, make sure to note about, you can take your drinks with you as you go.
Yep.
Every single one of them.
It feels bizarre, considering in Austin you're definitely not allowed to leave a bar with a drink.
Fredericksburg, you can. You can be walking around on the streets of Fredericksburg with your wine or your fancy beer from the tap rooms down there. So yeah, you can do. I don't know how far out from the city center it extends, but yeah, no, you can wander around the streets of historic Fredericksburg.
It's similar in Granbury, except at Granbury, it's about just the central block, because they've got several. They've got several little winery tasting rooms there and restaurants that, you get your drink and then you can do whatever activity is happening there on the square, which made for a really awesome event one year that was for Halloween. And all the ladies had their glass of wine and were trying to upstage each other for their Halloween parties.
Nice. I cannot wait.
It feels more relaxed and just like you're having a good time the whole time when you don't have to put your drink down.
Yep.
So I
Just
think
wander
that's
in and out of bars and
great.
listen to the jazz, and I have synesthesia, a real mild of synesthesia. So when I hear live music, I see colors. So live music is sometimes kind of hard for me, but I think if I'm just wandering around down there in and out of places with, wine or a daiquiri in my hand, I think it's going to be okay. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to it because it's been a long time since I've seen a live show that I could really, pay attention to. So yeah, that's going to be fun too. So, new adventures. 46 years old, time for new adventures. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Let's see.
Well, what did you do when you went
places
back?
you have to hit?
Okay.
Let's see. You got to get beignets.
Cafe Du Mont. We are 0.4 miles from Cafe Du Mont. Our hotel is. So yeah, we're going to go out in the morning because my advisor, she said, don't try to eat there because it's too much. Just get it to go and take it back to your hotel because of the crush of people.
Yeah. Getting a table there is it takes a while. There's going to be a line out the side, down the street, around the corner. There are also beignets just a few blocks down at Cafe Beignet, and I hear they're just as good, or also good. You can't have a restaurant in New Orleans that's not good because someone else will do you one better, and you'll be out of business. So it's all good. It's all good there.
There's so much because we were flipping through Open Table because the one place that I knew I wanted to go was Commander's Palace, but after that we were just flipping through Open Table looking, and there's just so much, and a lot of them were hard to get reservations for. I mean, our reservation for Friday is at Antoine's, and that's at 6:15. So we're going to eat early bird special like old people because that was the reservation that we could get for that. And Commander's Palace, we're eating at 5:30 because that is literally the only thing we could get that week. I mean, it was mentioned in an Anne Rice book 30 years ago. So yeah, it gets busy now, which, I mean, I will totally admit it's a fangirl moment. That's why I want to go there. I don't care. I read about this restaurant when I was 15 years old, and I'm like, oh, it sounds so fancy. So yeah, but I mean, the menu on the website just sounds. I hope it lives up to my 15-year-old expectations, but we'll see.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. For the food alone. Yeah.
Yeah, the menus are just bananas. They sound so good. Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, we planned out our evenings for the most part, but our days are completely open. So we're just gonna wander hither and yon and see where we end up.
You got to get a po' boy someplace.
Matt is we've already determined we will have to hunt those down. Probably several.
Yeah, it's not like they're hard to find.
Yeah,
but you're missing out if you don't get at least one.
Yeah.
In one of
I'm sure we'll do a tasting throughout the city. No, like I said, we're trying to break up the food with other stuff, but there's going to be, I mean, that's, it's one of our favorite things to do is find new restaurants.
About Central Grocery, home of the original muffaletta.
Yes, you told me about that one. I've got to make a note of that, but you did let me know. They
come like this big.
Yeah, they're huge.
So you can buy a half one and you can buy a quarter one, whatever you need.
Yeah, because Jason's Deli sells them, and they're like the size of a pizza. So I always just get the quarter.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, it will ruin you for anybody else's muffaletta.
Well, I assume that Jason's Deli is the pinnacle of the muffaletta. So it's what I can get. But yeah, no, there's y'all keep adding to the list. I'm making notes, so
I don't expect you to go to all the places. Like I said,
I do
more than a week. But here's some cool places.
I mean, we're there Sunday. We'll get there Sunday evening, and then we'll leave Saturday morning because we're also staying in Marshall on the way there and the way back because my brother lives in East Texas, so we're gonna overnight. That way, we don't have to do all the trip in one go because my body can't handle that. But so yeah, we're staying at the Roseville B&B on the way down and the way back.
That sounds fancy.
It's
Yeah.
really cute. It was a really sweet little lady that took my reservation. She was very nice.
Aw.
So yeah, she was very sweet. And she asked, just wondering what I was doing. I said, well, I'm, passing through. My brother lives in town. Oh, okay. So yeah, very sweet. So see what the big town of Marshall, Texas has to offer. It's not that far from the border as far as I know. So, because it's going to take us about 3.5 hours to get there.
And then what, another 4 to 5 hours to drive to
About
Maryland?
5.5 hours, yeah, to go from there. Because I mean, it's pretty much straight down. From where we are, it's going to just be a straight shot all the way down the middle of the state to get to it. So it's about 5 hours. Yeah. So,
That'll be interesting. The last time I remember going, the entire area driving through Louisiana was just a flooded, wetland. But now we're in this huge drought, so I wonder if the water's still there.
Well, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I'll let you know what we see as we cut our way through there. So, yeah. Well, what about you, Kitty? What did you, besides the ghost tour, what else did you do there? Aside from the dirty skirt and the ghost tour.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Honestly, I don't even remember because I had just so much happen. It was right before my sister died, so I've kind of gotten some trauma overriding. So,
Sorry.
But that said, I remember we were trying to go to one particular restaurant in the French Quarter, and one of the girls who's from there that was trying to show us around probably wound us through about 10 blocks or so, wib-wobbling through, and it turned out that from where we parked at to the restaurant was 2 blocks.
Oh, no.
But none of our cell phones were getting reception.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just we can't pull up maps. We can't figure out how to get to this place. She's saying that she knows where to go, and we're like, where is this freaking place? Haven't we passed this already? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no.
And we didn't figure out how close it actually was until we left the restaurant to get back to the car.
Nice.
But wherever it was, the place itself was extremely cute. Of course, like anything down there, it's very quaint, very jam-packed. And just, getting the size of table that we needed to have for our group was kind of oh my gosh, are we going to be waiting for 2 hours for this when we're just trying to go there on the fly? Thankfully, we did not have to wait 2 hours. But it was probably one of those weird off times. We were probably trying to go around 3 p.m. or so.
Yeah, in between lunch and dinner crowd, so it wasn't that bad. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, I think, how we played most of that trip was zero plan. Let's just go and explore and see what we can find. So after we had some of our beignets, we ended up wandering over to this nice little shopping area that had a lot of artists. And I even found some steampunk jewelry artists within this place, and just digging around things that I'd never seen before, and finding a Mother's Day gift and all that kind of fun stuff. Trying to take down people's information and have it in my pile of cards that I have no idea what happened to those. Because that's always what happens, especially when there was that one particular business card design on Vistaprint for many years that everyone who had a steampunk business used it. So they all look the same, and I have no idea what anyone did. I'm just it's all the same branding. What?
Gotta go with what's available.
Yeah.
Aw.
But no, the really weird thing that happened to us was on the bus tour. That we ended up at a 24-hour beignet place, and it was somewhere close to midnight-ish. It's definitely dark, and I don't know the name of the place. I couldn't tell you where it's at, but it looked like everyone who was working there were escaped mental facility patients who decided, as they escaped that they needed beignets, and then they decided to take over the place.
Time to
because
make
none of
donuts.
the uniforms fit. Like they were all really oversized and baggy, very disheveled, hair in weird directions everywhere. And the one lady, her lipstick was growing out from her mouth all around.
No.
And we're just like, what is happening right now? Are the real workers tied up in the back? We don't know. We're not going back there.
Slinging all night beignets, not easy. I can only imagine what it's like to work at midnight in New Orleans in a beignet place.
And at a place where it's right next to where there's a bunch of gators. So, you know, of course, we get told by our tour team, by the way, if you decide to go wandering around out here, you need to leave your driver's license with us if we can't find you.
Oh, no.
Because that way we'll be able to identify you if the gators eat you.
Yeah, we're skipping the swamp. I'm just going to say. No swamps.
It was very just like, oh, haha, that's funny. And they're like, this isn't a
No.
joke, guys. No,
Yeah, no.
This happens.
Yep. It's worse than a landfill in Jersey. You never find anything in the swamps in Louisiana. Just gone. Yeah, because I threw out the idea of an airboat tour of the swamp, and Matt was like, it's just, no.
In the grand scheme
yeah,
of what you can do, if the potential bad things happening has more than a 50% chance of you being eaten, don't do it.
Well, and I had just shared the story with him of how when I was little, my family and I went to Colorado and we were doing the rafting down the river. I think I was 8 years old, and I wanted to see what the water felt like, so I fell off of the raft into the water. I had a life jacket on. I was fine.
That sounds a little bit better than my rafting experience in Colorado, which was during a drought.
Oh, no.
And we ended up on the water for over 8 hours, and I had not put any sunblock on my legs.
Oh, my God.
I could not walk for a week afterwards due to the severe sunburn that I had, and I could not stand up straight for the second week.
I did that at a music festival, Edge Fest, back when I was in high school. I was wearing shorts and my Doc Martens, and I was burned from my mid-thigh to my ankles. It was so bad. I went home and just sat in cold water. Yeah.
Did you guys experience sun poisoning?
I've done that, yep.
Maybe. I mean, I know I got some real bad sunburns when I was little, and my mom was a nurse, so she would take care of us. But
if you had it, you'd know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, there's the sunburn, but then there's also like you
the
feel
deliriousness,
delirious
and nauseousness.
You just feel sick.
Yeah, that's what happened after that music festival with my legs. Yeah, it was gnarly. It was not good. Yeah, I think I ended up missing school for at least a day because of it. Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, sunburns are no joke. They're not.
Yeah. Well, and I was also, super goth, super goth. So I had no protective layer to begin with, and I was out there in shorts and Docs and didn't even think about sunscreen. It was really stupid. So yeah, no, I've got our sunscreen all ready to go. It's going to be packed in the bag.
Good.
So we can avoid that because we are both pasty. So yeah, no, gonna be careful. Gonna avoid the swamp. Stay hydrated.
Some drinking, right?
What? We're lots of drinking. What?
Another point of interest: Jean Lafitte's old absinthe house on the French Quarter. 200-year-old bar there. Since we were talking about absinthe some few episodes ago and how to prepare it, and we didn't have consensus. This place is going to know how to do it. And you'll be the expert.
There was no consensus on how to prep absinthe? What?
I forgot one of the steps, I think. I forgot
steps involved. Yeah. And I think there might just be differences of opinion.
I mean, it's shot of absinthe and a nice large glass, and you have your slotted spoon over the
the
glass
sugar
with your
cube.
sugar cube, and you
And the cold
drip the water
water.
down
Yeah.
to cause the looshing effect. And you
Yeah.
can have 1 cube, or you can have 2 cubes, or you can have shaped cubes, or
What-
whatever.
What about the fire?
That's the Cuban method, and it is not a traditional preparation method.
Oh, where were you this couple episodes ago? We need you.
Probably recovering from heat exhaustion.
Yeah, that's
no.
true. Yeah.
And I now actually have my own absinthe fountain. I have been wanting one of these things for 15 years or more. I finally have one. I'm so
Aw.
excited. It's beautiful. I accidentally left some water in there, and now it's really gross, so I've got to clean it.
Is it
I'm
antique
not-
or is it a replica?
No, it's a reproduction, but it's
Okay.
one of the most beautiful reproductions I've ever seen. So
And you've got all
I'm-
the little glasses and everything and the spoons.
I have a hodgepodge of glasses, and I have some spoons, but I have very specific spoons that I want to get that are from Alchemy Gothic.
Okay.
They have the Lafayette slotted spoons, and yeah, they've been in my wish list for 20 years. I might actually get them soon.
Aw, that would be awesome.
So I've got like 4 different types of absinthe in my cabinet right now. One of them is actually made in Bastrop, and it was very tasty. It has a really beautiful Art Deco style of label on it. Can I remember the name of it? Of course not. Then I also got an Oregon one to try, and I remember that its label has this beautiful floral vine design on it. It's so awful. It's so bad. Don't get it.
Whoa.
Thankfully, I found like the section of leftover Christmas bottles at Total Wine, so I could get a variety of absinthes to try out that I've never tried before, and only pay around $30 a bottle instead of splurging on a $60 to $120 bottle just to try them out. So I'm
I
like,
didn't know Total Wine sold that.
they do.
Okay, because we've got one here in town. I didn't know they sold that. I'll have to get some of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I go to the one in Arlington, so I don't know if it would be a space issue. So if it's a smaller one, they might not. But if you get to one of the larger ones, then you've got more of a selection happening, and you might be able to find them.
Yeah, I know the one here in Denton is the size of a Walmart. It's massive.
Nice.
Yeah, you need a guide to get through that thing. I
Awesome.
know exactly where I need to go for the stuff that I need, and I don't wander off the trail.
Yeah, once you start venturing, you're trapped in there for 3 hours.
Especially if it's on one of those days where they have someone that's doing the samples, the food samples, the cheese and all the fancy wine foods. Yeah.
Or
You're right, you're
just
gonna be in there.
A rep from Bishop Cider, and yes, give me all the flavors.
Wait, okay, where are you, Kitty? Where are you
I'm in
looking?
Grand Prairie.
Okay, well, since you're up here closer, then come out to Denton to Harvest House. And yeah, like I said, they usually have it like 8 to 10 ciders on tap. And it's always
Awesome.
rotating. It's just chalkboard menus with the taps underneath it, and it changes constantly. As soon as one tap is, one keg is popped, they put something new in and just write it on the board, and so
Nice.
it's always a rotating stock. Yeah,
And
it's a good
hopefully
place to hang out. Yeah.
Have another experience like I actually had a really weird one at Bishop Cidery. They had a strawberry cheesecake cider that was, and it was one of their, we're gonna experiment, we're gonna see what the reception is. Do you remember the lip smacker lip balms in the 90s?
Yes, I
Where you
do.
got, like, you put it on and you had that little, strawberry cheesecake. No,
Yeah.
no. And then after about 5 seconds, the flavor's gone and you just
Yeah.
have lip balm taste.
Yeah.
That's what this cider was like, down
Ew.
to the lip balm taste. And I was very confused, but also nostalgic.
Well, one of the bartenders at Harvest House was telling me that they had a peppermint cider at Christmas. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how that would. Yeah, exactly. That's his face. I don't know. I can't. Cider is fruit, so I can't reconcile peppermint with a.
Mint. This is mint. This is good. But mint in a cider.
Well, I was told that I needed to go to Bishop's and try all the different things that they have. But he said their Christmas ciders are amazing. So yeah, I've only had, like I said, yeah.
It's the cidercade that will get some of the weirder ones, but don't go there with a high clearance vehicle. Catalytic converter. Goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, the place is great.
Duly noted. I will keep that in mind.
Because they do have the original tasting room in Bishop Arts District. And they will have some of the weird ones there on tap, but generally they want to be selling the ones that they're trying to sell. So they don't have as much of the weird and wild flavorings that they'll do, and they just throw them over to Cidercade because, hey, get booze, play games. If you don't like it, get a different booze.
That's what I usually do up there. Yeah, just keep switching off to a different one, Yeah. They've got something right now called Viking's Blood up there, but it's 19 proof, 19%. Rather, yeah. My advisor has gotten it several times. I do not want to go near it because that is, I still need to be able to get home at the end of the day. So yes. But I've heard it's really, really tasty. I have not tried it. I might the next time I have someone that's driving me home. But yeah, there's some weird stuff. They got kombucha too. They got a whole bunch of weird shit up there. So yeah.
So what were some of the other absinthe preparations that y'all were debating about?
Well, we were talking about the steps, but I think I had forgotten the sugar cube or something. Okay. Yeah. I can't remember
the impression that lighting the sugar cube on fire was necessary and important.
Yeah, that was because I had never, I don't think I had heard it being lit on fire.
The Cuban method is you take the sugar cube and you dip it in the shot of absinthe so that you make it flammable, and then you have it on the spoon, light that on fire so it drips down into the absinthe, and then you can loosh it.
Okay.
And that way you get a caramelized sugar flavor in it, which apparently is not traditional.
It's not traditional. Oh,
we don't do that here.
So one of the really cool, I think there's like one photograph that remains of it, is an absinthe pipe where you take ice, crush it up, and fill the bowl of the pipe. And then it has a straw coming from the bottom of the bowl up and over for you to sip out of. And then you pour your absinthe over the ice and allow the ice to loosh a little bit as it melts as you're sipping on the absinthe.
Oh, that's weird. I looked it up. Yeah, that's... Oh, fancy.
It looks very cool. Trying to find one of those
really
reproductions, they are expensive.
This one that I found is $60.
Okay, some of the ones I was seeing back when I was researching it were like 150 plus. So it'd be nice if there were some less expensive ones out there now.
I tossed the one I found into the private chat. I mean, this is just from a quick Google, so I don't know if it's what the quality would be, but
and they've got a little reservoir there to catch the sugar cube. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
interesting.
It looks like you ought to smoke out of it.
I know, it looks like a bong. I mean,
it does. It does. But it's meant for absinthe. Whee!
Yeah, well, now that I know that that's a Total Wine, I'm gonna have to go look for some.
And then, like, my favorite one is St. George's Absinthe because it's got a little bit of wintergreen flavor that will come through. The only thing is you gotta drink through that bottle before it oxidizes.
So how much time are we talking? Like,
I don't
drinking
know.
It like
I've
you're
had
at a frat
these
party
bottles for a long time.
Oh, okay.
But they did not stay really green for very long, or
Yeah.
maybe I just didn't check on them repeatedly, but probably around like a year or so is what you're looking at for trying to go through one. I think I've had these for 8 years.
Oh. I'd say it's time to clean out. Maybe, you know.
I'm
Get
not a
something
fast
new.
drinker.
Neither am I. I've got, gin and whiskey that just kind of sits there because it's not the whiskey I use at Christmas and eggnog, and I don't touch it any other time
Yeah.
the rest of the year. So,
And I have that. This is more expensive than everything else, so I'm gonna save it for a special occasion.
parcel it out. I've never even tried absinthe though. Thax, have you actually tried absinthe?
Oh yes, when I got together with Erica, she's got 2 or 3 different bottles of absinthe. So yeah, I tried them.
And
What was your favorite?
I didn't
you didn't like?
didn't love them. I mean,
Is
this
it the
is
licorice
just a
type flavor?
strong licoricey flavor that I couldn't really take too much of. And so those bottles are still in the house. So for your 8-year bottle, these are at least 16 years old.
Nice.
It's something else completely now.
Maybe.
Oh man. Now, and one of the early times of me trying absinthe was at oh my gosh, movie theater, Alamo. There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
Alamo Draft House?
Yes,
They sell
and they
it
were
there?
doing a Moulin Rouge
Ah,
event, and so of course, part of that was bringing absinthe out for the big absinthe scene. It was so terrible.
wasn't the quality absinthe.
Oh no, because whoever was doing this event, one, probably didn't know how to prepare it properly, so they watered it down severely.
Ah,
Two, they probably tasted it and went, "Oh gosh, we're serving this to people," because our modern society generally looks down upon licorice flavor. It's not a flavor we like. We like sweet things.
I like licorice, but I'm a weirdo, so
It's a small percentage
yeah,
of us
it's an
now.
acquired taste. Yeah,
It's an
not
acquired
for
taste.
everybody. Yeah,
I do not do licorice, but I went into trying absinthe knowing that it was a licorice flavor. Most people have no idea.
yeah.
So
Doesn't seem
they
fair.
and they put so much sugar into it that it was like you were having just a watered down syrup with a little bit of licorice flavor is what we got served.
Ah.
It was bad.
Like somebody Googled it real quick and threw something together, and it was.
/ we only bought so much absinthe within our
Yeah.
budget, and we have to parse it out for this entire theater.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Good lord.
there was that, and then there was the $10 bottle of absinthe that a friend got at one point. I decided to mix it with Sprite.
Oh,
Don't do that.
No. I mean,
I mean,
sometimes we
your
have to take
death
our
in the
mixers where we
afternoon.
can get them.
Yeah, like if you want to have death in the afternoon, that's one thing. Get you a good champagne. You do your absinthe and your champagne. Ta-da! Good to go. But don't just throw it into Sprite, please.
It's the poor man's prosecco.
Yeah. Oh boy. But I also now have an absinthe brewing kit that I bought from someone at TRF that I've not tried out, but that will be interesting. That's going to be a fun experiment.
I hope it will be.
Yeah, it could go one of several ways, but we will stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Now, there have been absinthe brewing kits on the market for a very long time, trying to get around the absinthe restrictions the
wormwood restrictions. Yeah.
Yeah, the Thijon restrictions that were in effect for all these years because of one guy murdering his family.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even know that we frowned on that here anymore.
huh? What?
Okay, aren't you allowed to murder your family in this country?
I was trying to figure out where you were going with that. If it was the wormwood or the murder.
Do you know the story? Do you know the story?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the story that I found for why absinthe was banned in the US is that this guy went on a bender at his local bar. And I mean, his receipt list is ridiculous. You kind of wonder, how did you even make it home and grab a weapon kind of thing? But the last thing that he had was absinthe. And so that trial portrayed absinthe as this horrific thing that he hallucinated.
The hallucinations, yeah.
And caused him to murder his entire family. And if he hadn't had the absinthe, then none of this would have happened. Yeah, he was probably hallucinating because of the amount of alcohol he drank.
Because of alcohol poisoning, probably. Yeah, I'd always heard the wormwood thing was that was why you couldn't get real absinthe over here. So yeah, I had heard about that, but I didn't know about that
law was rescinded several years back. I don't remember when.
Oh, okay.
So we get the real thing now. Or you can get the real thing now. Do you hallucinate from it?
Yes, that's what I've heard. You don't actually hallucinate from it.
No.
Before we go, because I know we're getting close to the end, I wanted to tell everybody real quick that we've got some more steampunk Legos that are steampunk Legos that are gaining support. So everybody jump on that bandwagon. The motorized steampunk skyship, it is under review. It got its 10K support. I'll toss in it is gorgeous. And I looked at this guy, the guy that created it. He's got a couple of things. He's the one that did the Steampunk Explorers set too. And that is also in review right now. So the Steampunk Explorers and the Steampunk Skyship are being reviewed by Lego. So hopefully we'll get a steampunk. Like I saw that on the Steampunk Explorer. So I wanted to get that out there real quick. See, I did my homework tonight. I did non-alcohol, non-New Orleans related homework. But yeah, I was excited when I saw that. And I know that you were too, Thax, because I saw your when I posted it on Facebook.
Cool little airship.
They're beautiful.
That is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, his sets are really beautiful. He's got a whole bunch because I was looking through the artist's page. He's got a whole bunch of nifty little things. He's got a witch house right now that he's trying to get support for. So, but yeah, the steampunk stuff. Go, if it's still open to do it, go make your interest known. See if we can finally get it into production. I would be happy to buy those, and then drop all the pieces and step on them in the middle of the night, and I can curse like my father.
Are you a Lego collector?
Me? No, my brother. My brother was, like I said, that's one of my fondest childhood memories before my parents got divorced, was getting my brother huge Lego sets for Christmas and then hearing my dad cursing in the middle of the night. It was either Lego pieces or pieces from my Barbie department store set. So you just hear my dad in the middle of the night walking through the living room. But yeah, my brother, he used to have just massive amounts of Legos, like the big carrying cases full of them. So... But the sets just look cool. They look fun, I think it'd be a lot of fun to get one and put it together. I think I could do that without losing my focus. So, for a little while.
Rita says,
See,
I love
exactly.
Legos. I have lots of them. I would like to make room for steampunk Legos too. Rita,
exactly.
I have other friends who are also full-grown adults who are super into the whole Lego thing. My friend Chris has the Disney Sleeping Beauty's Castle Lego sets.
Oh.
And all the Mickey Mouse and Disney little characters that he's got around the castle.
Aw. Well, it's just a fun way to challenge yourself, and if you mess up, you don't really mess it up. You can. It's not like the dollhouses that I keep trying to put together where you glue something in the wrong place. You know, you've got a problem. These you can just take apart and, you know, fix them if you have to.
Yeah, I see some YouTube videos of somebody putting together Lego sets sort of beyond the scope of Lego's design, so that they're like bendy and you can make it curved surfaces with them and stuff. And it kind of blows my mind.
Yeah.
Bendy
I've never
Legos.
had enough Legos to make a single one of these things, but they're cool.
Well, that's
Just
why we
that-
need the entire set, the actual sets of these. It's already packaged and ready to go.
Mm.
I don't want to talk about New Orleans anymore. I could go on and on.
When was the last time you were there?
I think 2017.
Okay.
Okay.
Flavio came and Erica. We all went by bus, and we saw we met the local steampunk community. Some of them there. So let me shout out to the Greater New Orleans Steampunk Association and the Baton Rouge Area Steampunk Society, which can both be found on Facebook. If you are in New Orleans or Louisiana, happen to be listening to our show, they are the folks to get in contact with. There are probably others that I don't know about, but those two are definitely groups in your area. Both of them haven't had a post since like 2021 or older, which I think is happening across the board, not just in the steampunk community, but like a lot of like creators and bands that just sort of went off the airwaves through the COVID.
Yeah,
So,
the pandemic ruined it. Yeah.
I like to think
lost
they're
a
still
lot.
out there. They just haven't gotten themselves together and out doing things again. But still worth reaching out to.
Well, hopefully we'll have Steampunk November again this year. So
Yeah.
back finally after its
Yeah.
absence. Yeah.
Need something
Looking for
cool to look forward to.
Yeah,
And,
and hopefully the 100-degree days will have settled down by then.
By November, I hope so. But we're gonna
I
die.
don't know. The weather has been really, really weird the last few years. Really weird. I keep waiting for. Well, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to jinx anything. So, I just hope we all get through the summer in one piece.
Yes. Without much power outages.
I wasn't going to say that. Knock on wood.
That's the thing.
Well, it's already started. No,
Yeah,
Grand
I know,
Prairie
some
has already had that
That's what
happen last weekend,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I heard some places have had some problems already, but yeah, let's hope we can avoid that. You know,
Whee!
Texas. You know, no national grid for us.
Nope.
Yeah, but I think Ted Cruz is still blaming the president for us not being able to keep our power on. What are you talking about, man?
Hey, as long as you can hoof it onto a plane for Mexico, what are you worried about? I mean, come on. And leaving your dog behind, too. Poor little dog is sitting in the door.
Oh.
What is that?
Oh.
That was so weird. Yeah. I don't know.
Don't get me started with that. Ooh.
Yeah, I know. That's a different conversation we will have at another time. Oh,
But doesn't like it either.
buddy. Yeah. Weird times in Texas. Weird weather times in Texas.
Yeah. Hey, maybe the heat will just end early since it started early, and
Really?
we can get on with our fall and pre-Halloween plans.
Yes. Fall is my time. I Favorite
Which,
time of
hey,
year.
I mean, places are already starting to get Halloween stock in because, of course, we need 4 months of Halloween stuff
Yes,
in
we
stores.
do. Yes.
That's
Yes.
probably the stuff
Yes.
they
Was
ordered
that a
last
question?
year, and it's finally arriving.
Probably. No, they ordered it 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. If they were on the boat that got stuck in the canal, it may have taken a little while to get here. Yeah.
Yep. That one little crane trying to dig it out.
The Tinker toy. Yeah. Yeah. I still want the 12-foot Home Depot skeleton. Oh, I want that so bad.
They're
They're so hard
now.
Yeah, there's
Huh?
the pumpkin head one, and I think they have a new release happening
They're so hard to
this
get
year.
though. They go so
Yes.
fast.
I think you
Yeah.
have to order it online, and it's the only
Yeah.
way you can get it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the picture of the guy driving one home with it in his Mini Cooper? He's got it on the top. Yeah, because I was like, because my husband has a Mini. I'm like, we need to do that. Yeah, he's got it like bungeed to the top of the Mini Cooper. It's on its back. And it's like, yes, it is amazing. Yes,
Like
I
he
want
hunted,
one.
killed it, and is taking it home like a hunter.
Yes, he's like Fred Flintstone driving this thing home. It's amazing. Yeah, because Matt wants to get it and have it up on the roof, like it's coming down over the roof into the front yard. Yeah,
Ooh.
because it's not going to fit in our house. Our ceilings are too short. Yeah, but we want to put it outside with all of our other Halloween tchotchkes. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try to see if I can get us one this year.
See, my thought is, what are you going to do after Halloween? Where are you going to store it?
You keep
You're
it
only
out and
supposed
decorate
to
it.
leave it out and
put
make
garland
other
on it.
costumes for other holidays.
Yeah, yeah.
Easter
What else
rolls
would you do
around,
with a 12-foot
put
skeleton?
bunny ears on it. I mean,
Have a little Easter basket.
yes.
You can dress them up with some sparklers for 4th of July. You know,
St. Patrick's Day.
exactly. You know,
Get
they're
get
a wealth
nice,
of options.
red beard.
The only limit is your imagination.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I guess we better
On
wrap
that
it
note,
up for the evening. This has been fantastic, Kitty. Thank you for
yes, thank
for
you.
tuning
You're
in
welcome.
and helping us with this episode since Jack couldn't make it.
How dare he?
Has anybody been checking Messenger to see if he's furiously messaging us to get on?
I haven't seen anything new.
He's
I'm
gone.
kind of afraid
He's
to go
asleep.
back to Facebook because it keeps wanting to play our show.
Yeah,
Which
he's
is
been
cool,
sleeping.
except that it's awkward.
Yeah, he's in the sleep of the NyQuil right now. So
Oh, sweet NyQuil. But we do need to give our thanks to our patrons over on patreon.com. The Dowager Duchess Claire Bear, Jenny and Ryan Shaver, Kitty,
You're
thank
welcome.
you,
thank you, Kitty.
and Rita and Lawrence Allen, who are watching the show right now. Thank you guys. You
Thank you.
are letting us keep the lights on and pay for hosting the podcast. So we appreciate you. If you're listening to this later and didn't realize, we are on Facebook at Texas Steampunk Connection. You can email us at texassteampunkconnection@gmail.com, which is nice because if you leave comments on Facebook under our show, like we miss them if they're more than a few days after the show. It's Facebook makes it difficult. We do have a podcast, if you weren't aware of that, texassteampunkconnection.podbean.com, and I will post this on Friday there once I've done some editing. We're on Twitter. Blue Stocking helps us out with Twitter at TXSteamConnect1. And eventually we get to YouTube and Rumble through Jack's Steam Chest subscription box. So check those out. Or check out his subscription box, which is pretty cool too. Our music comes from zapsplat.com for free, as long as I say that it's come from zapsplat.com. So I appreciate them, which is cool. And Blue Stocking is about to venture off into New Orleans for a week, which is going to be awesome.
If you don't hear from me, search the bayou. Avenge me.
if you get a chance, be sure to jump on the St. Charles trolley. It's probably as old as the Victorian era.
I've read about that in the witching hour too. Yes.
It's a real cool experience just taking the trolley down St. Charles. And when you get to the end, there's what's it called? The Camellia Grill, which is like a little lunch counter there.
Okay.
That's amazing. But even if you skip that and just take the trolley, you'll go through the Garden District, and there's a lot of beautiful things to see kind of away from Bourbon Street. But everything's so cool there.
No, I'm going to the Garden District because that's where Anne Rice's house was, the house that she actually lived in and wrote into the witching hour. So no, I will be there staring at the house like a weirdo. Probably not the only one.
No, you won't be the only one.
No.
But that's where they have a lot of the above ground cemeteries. You can see all the ornate cemetery structures there. There'll probably be ghost tours.
Yep, doing that. Yep.
Okay, all right.
Already on it, man.
Want to hear about that when you get back, because New Orleans has got to be one of the most haunted towns in the entire United States.
Yes.
Haunted
I'm terrified, very excited.
And weird Anne Rice fanboys and all kinds of good stuff. Yes, so jealous. Do you guys have anything else you want to throw in last minute before we sign off?
Nope.
Not that I can think of.
All right, then. Well, until next time, when you'll be back from New Orleans, we'll hear about all sorts of new stories. Until then, mind your gauges.
Mind your gauges.